Ed, could you tell us the story of Stratodyne and all the pivots that you guys went through? That like I think
Well,
young founders could really get some value learning about the story of Stratodyne.
got it. Absolutely. So Stratodyne, I started it with the idea of
And how old
launching
were you? How old were you when you started it?
20, 20. It was during virtual school during COVID. I hated virtual school, didn't see a point in it, dropped out. I started to do Stratodyne, figured I might as well tap into my passion for rocketry and space tech and try to do a startup of where we would try to launch rockets into orbit from the stratosphere, right? In the stratosphere, we're talking about much thinner atmosphere, much less air resistance. Theoretically, you can replace a first stage of a launch vehicle with it. Turns out, two problems. The main obstacle to getting into orbit is delta V, not altitude. Delta V is kind of hard to get when you're talking about limiting yourself to a small launch vehicle that has to be able to be hoisted up by a balloon. Problem number two is that the launch market is actually very small. There's a ton of startups around that time. I remember like Leo Aerospace being one that were pursuing this idea as well of launching rockets from balloons. All of them, I think, have failed at this point because SpaceX has emerged as a clear winner. And turns out cost is a big, giant issue when you're talking about like sending such small payloads into orbit on such a small form factor.